Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Wil, and I am here with my crew of misfits. I got my boy, Tony B from TBH Spokane. Let's go.
Let's go.
I got my boy from TBH Dallas, Olin Daniels.
What up? What up?
And I got my girl, Val, out of Dallas. Let's go, Raiders! And you know who she's with. She's with her boy, SSJ, who is down there somewhere, probably yelling Raiders in his sleep as he's getting a brewski. So, guys, on today's show, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, what we see are the holes on the Raiders' offense, defense, the whole roster, and the way that we would do it in the draft. And then we're going to try to apply it to the simulator and see if the simulator would agree with our process. And then at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about the kickoff rule and the hip drop rule and get Val and Tony B's perspective on that. As you guys already heard on the last episode, you had mine's and all-in's perspective on that. So, and we're going to add into theirs. So, guys, we know that this year, everybody's talking about the quarterback position, and it's the prime position. And I think, we're probably going to beat that horse all the way up to the draft and see what happens. Now, there's a lot of draft simulators, a lot of mock drafts coming out right now saying that the quarterbacks are going to go in the top 5. And All In has been all offseason telling us, okay, he's like, yo, have you guys been watching? Guys are going to go top 5. I think he told us about J.J. McCarthy that he's been hearing whispers about him going top 4 before I even saw the Vikings pick up another draft pick to try to move up. So I'll be
People
like,
sleeping on it, man.
hey, I got you. I was sleeping on it too. But now, you know what, guys? Let's talk about it. Let's see the way that you guys see it playing out. Hey, Tony B, give me your perspective on what we're going to do with the first round draft pick. What would you like to see it be done? I'll be like, now you're saying, hey, do you want to sell the market to get Jaden Daniels? What would you trade up to get him? Now, if that's not a possibility, we'll go into that after. But, hey, are you on the train that we need to trade up and get Jaden Daniels, and that's it? Like, after that, if we do that, we've completed our mission for the draft.
I don't know if I spoke with you earlier, and I told you that I believe, like everybody talks, are we one position away? And I don't see a bigger hole than either offensive line or quarterback play. So like, make the move if you can, and if you can't, be okay with moving back if you have to. But if that's your guy, like if you want that quarterback and you think you can move back a little bit and get him still. Move back a little bit and get him. But at 13, the value for taking one of those quarterbacks, those later round quarterbacks that we were talking about, like the Penix, Knicks or whatnot, or whoever else, it's too soon for that. So I think you got to take offensive tackle if you don't move from 13. But if you can move up and you can trade picks, if you got to do a couple of years, you would just hope that if you struck out, you have a fallback plan with your Minshew and your Aiden O'Connell or whatever, and you hope that they can at least get you through your mistake draft pick.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. In order for us to move up, we got to move up to one of the top 3 picks, probably top 2 picks. What are you willing to give up for us to move up to those top 2 picks?
Man, I would say it'd have to be draft pick heavy. I wouldn't want it to be where we give up the draft capital, not the bodies, because the bodies we got, we kind of need. And you don't want to give away any of the weapons that you're going to bring a quarterback to throw. You got to still have his targets to throw to. So you can't really give away, like we were talking, the deep wide receiver core, you keep it that way. I mean, you're already losing kind of a couple towards the back end, but I just say it's got to be draft. It's just got to be draft picks. I don't know. Maybe if you have a linebacker or somebody you can throw in there that you think you might be able to replace, but I
Okay,
really don't. I think it
I
would have
got
to
it.
be draft picks.
So you said draft pick heavy. So a 1 and a 2 this year, a 1 and a 2 next year,
I'm good with that.
and a 1 the year after that. That's probably what it's going to take, right? Right about something like that. All in. Is that what we were talking about? A 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2, and then a 1,
Yeah,
three
I
ones and
don't
two.
remember exactly like what recent teams gave up to move. I know we went over that a while back, but it's going to be a minimum of a 1 and a 2, I think. But I don't think you're getting a 2. I don't think Washington's budging. I think you have to either like Drake May or JJ McCarthy enough to move up to 3,
Okay.
and I think that's now unfortunately the only way we get up and get a top quarterback. It's either JJ or Drake, or stay put, draft your guy. If we stay at 13, I still think, man, I still think there's potential that all 6 quarterbacks, top of the draft quarterbacks, could be gone by the time we pick at 13. Um, I don't see Nix and Penix falling. I know they're late round grades, right, or later round grades, day 2 grades even. But too many teams need quarterbacks, man. I even think a team like NOLA could take a quarterback because who knows how long DC is going to be there.
Yeah. So, but again, let me ask you this then. Okay. So at 13, let's say we're staying at 13. You say all quarterbacks are off the board. Where do you go?
Man, you go your biggest need, right? Your best available at your biggest need. So we either go tackle, which I think is where they'll end up going, or DB, right? And
Okay.
there's enough at each position. You got to like multiple guys there, right? Because there's a shit ton of tackles,
Yeah.
and there's enough at both positions. You could go each one in the first round and still get a good stud.
No, I got you. Now, I know that you are on the get your guy train.
A hundred
So,
percent.
okay. Again, same thing like I asked Tony. What are you willing to give up to move up? I'll be like, and now, you just said it. Yo, I don't really see the Commanders and I don't really see Chicago moving unless you show them.
Well, shit, Chicago ain't moving regardless, right? Because they traded Fields, so they showed their hand. That deal's
Yeah.
done. They're Caleb or Jaden all day long. And
So,
if I was them, I'm taking Jaden over the old fruit pop out in SoCal. Yeah, I
but
don't want a quarterback that's fucking wearing a dress and shit. That ain't the dude that's gonna come lead our team.
no, I got you. So again, what are you willing to give up? What do you say in your mind if
Man,
Telesco was to say,
you're gonna have to give up a couple of 1s, couple of 2s, maybe a 3. I still think Renfro would have been a great player to throw in there, but obviously that's not an option anymore. Um, I think 13-3, you're giving up at least this year. You're swapping 1s, giving up next year's, uh, and a couple other picks, man. At least probably a second and a third, and maybe a second next year.
but you're good with that. You're saying, hey, top three pick. I'll be like,
Yeah, yeah, man. If you believe in Drake or JJ, go get him, man. I mean, we need a franchise quarterback, right? So say we prolong it. Say Minshew's the bridge guy, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with Minshew. I think he'll beat out AOC. He led a top 10 offense last year, and they were a game away from making the playoffs.
mm-hmm,
I mean, think about our defense with just an offense that's a little bit better. You ain't got to be tremendous, but even if you get them in the 15 to 20 range, I think that could be a playoff team. But back to my point, so if you go bridge and say you make a push for the playoffs this year, right? Say we get
yeah,
in the wild card or we miss it by a game, right? You're in the same boat as you are this year, looking for a franchise guy at the end of the day. You're still gonna have to give up a shit ton to move up and get somebody.
yeah, I can see what you're saying. I'll be like, at the same time though, isn't that what we're looking for as well? We're saying, hey, if we get this guy, okay, and this is where I keep getting confused because people keep saying, well, if we get this quarterback, we'll make it into the playoffs. Well, if we keep building around in other positions and we become really dominant in other positions and we get into the playoffs, isn't that the same thing as getting a quarterback and getting into the playoffs? Because we're not a championship team. I don't believe we're a championship team with one quarterback, and I don't believe we're a championship team without.
Yeah, I mean, it just boils down to, man, how long are you willing to have a bridge guy, right? So it goes back to that whole quarterback carousel pre Derek Carr, right? I mean, our teams weren't nearly as talented as what they are now, but sure, Minshew could be serviceable for a couple of years. Then what?
Yeah,
Or
no,
even
I get what you're
I
saying.
don't see AOC as the dude. I don't, man.
I'm not saying that AOC is the guy either. I'm just saying, hey, like, if you look at it, you can build a championship team so many different ways. If you look at the Ravens in the 2000s, Trent Dilfer was their quarterback, and you
Oh
build
yeah,
them
for
on
sure. I
Shadik.
mean, Brad
You know?
Johnson led the Bucks to beat us, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can absolutely do it those ways, but and then at the end of the, who's out there year after year? Who, now you're worried about filling the most important position every year,
No, yep. I get what you're saying,
and
and I
that at some point, man, you got to take that leap, right?
absolutely.
And AP, like what's AP's contract? Did that ever come out 2-3 years?
It hasn't even come out
You
yet.
got you
I
got
mean,
to cut. I mean, you don't got a lot of time to really prove it, man. And we're in a division, right, where I don't know that we're there yet to dethrone KC in the West. But I think we're there to make some noise and push for a wild card spot, like I said.
no, I agree. I mean, like, and I think there's so many ways to slice this pie, and say, hey, you know what, we could be good this way, and this way. I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see them how they draft and what they cook up. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think regardless of whatever happens, I guarantee you that Raider Nation will be upset.
Oh,
Because
100%. I mean, if we go offensive
100%.
if we go offensive tackle, all the Fairweather fans are going to be like, "What the fuck did we do?" Right? Why didn't you take Nix or Penix? Well, I mean, I think Nix is going to be a bust, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, man. I mean, regardless, ain't nobody going to be happy, right?
yep,
And
no,
you got to
100.
build. I mean, you got to fill holes. I just, man, the way AP has talked about what he wants in a quarterback and what we need in a quarterback, and just comments made, man. I just feel like that's the route they're gonna go.
No, I get what you're saying, and I mean, like, a lot of people have been saying, hey, AP says this, AP says that, but again, AP
And
has
and and
also
it,
said, hold up,
you got to throw smoke out there too, right? I mean,
yeah,
as a head coach, you can't lay your cards out there and be like, hey, or fuck. It's like buying a fucking used car, right? You can't throw your cards out there and show how desperate you are, how bad you want something, for sure. But
no, I got you, and that's
I don't
where
know,
I'm
man.
like,
I think you're gonna see some shakeup. I'll be surprised if we stay at 13.
I'll be surprised as well, but we'll see what happens. But yo, Val, okay, now, girl, are you saying we should go get Jaden Daniels, or are you saying, hey, you know what, we gonna be all right at 13?
I think we'll be all right at 13, to be honest.
You know what? I've been doing a lot of research, right? And I've been looking and looking and looking, and I said, yo, at 13, if we were to stay, even if all the quarterbacks were off the board, we are still getting a top 5 dude at his position at 13. I mean,
100%.
like, the left tackle that you're looking at is the number 1 left tackle in the draft. The corner we're looking at is the number 1 corner in the draft. Bro, at 13, I'm looking at it and I'm like, at first, I didn't like the spice. Val, I'm like, I was looking at it like you were probably looking at those Budong balls that night at Shreveport, okay? Because I was like, yo, I could eat that. But then I was like, nah, man, I'm like, there's something missing. But then I started looking at it and I said, yo, looking at the quality of player that's going to be there at 13, if everybody makes the rush to pick up guys that are supposed to be drafted in the second round, in the top 10, and the stuff that they're willing to give up to get these guys, you know what? We have been on the opposite side where we have always been the guys fishing, trying to get the guy. Oh, you know what? At number 7, Darius Hayward Bay over Crabtree. Hey, we
I don't want to talk about that.
you got other draft picks that just didn't make any sense.
Dude, we could go on for days about that.
Right? So now what I'm seeing is this. Is that we have the possibility of drafting a legit dude. A fucking dude, okay? Not a scrub, not somebody that's a freaking halfway ass player. A dude that's going to start for us, and people are still going to say, hey, you know what? Wasn't good enough. Well, right now, we're building. We're a team in building. I'm thinking, it's just like Olin said. Yo, we got 3 years, right? In the next 3 years, we can build a team that can support a player, right? No matter what. And at the end of the day, I think we have a plan. Whether we get our quarterback at number in the first round, second round, or third round, or they have a plan for next year. That's what I'm thinking. Because right now, if we're so set on getting a dude, or Jaden Daniels, like we said, Jaden Daniels, well, unless we're trading 3 number 1s and 3 number 2s, I don't really see us talking.
No, and the only way we land him is if he falls to 3, and you better be ready to pounce.
Exactly. So,
which on draft night, man, you better have that deal already made, and you better like another guy, just in case he goes to. I mean, if and when he goes to Washington, you better like a guy at 3,
bro. And you
What do you
better
guys
have.
think of? I've seen a lot of mocks, man, and a lot of people having us take Spencer Rattler in I think it was like the 4th round. I'm not sure about that dude, man.
So, okay, I'm gonna let Tony B go first. Hit me with your thoughts on Spencer Rattler, bro.
I think he's a couple years removed from a Heisman Trophy run or candidacy. Like he was in the running. He's not a bad quarterback, and I just his tape just doesn't grab me. Like I watched it the other day. Like there's just something he's not making a lot of mistakes, but he's just not making the right right. I don't know. It just seemed off a little bit, but I mean I wouldn't be 100% opposed to it because even if he comes in, he's gonna probably come in as
He's got to be QB3, right? If he comes in,
a third. That's what it's got to be
I don't
third.
think he could beat out AOC today. I mean, how is he mobility wise? I mean, really,
He's
if you're
mobile.
just slightly mobile, you're beating out AOC.
So
Yeah,
he's
he's
mobile.
slightly mobile.
He's
I
mobile.
mean, if those are the 3 options going into training camp and the preseason, Gardner Minshew's our starting quarterback.
Well,
That's why I say
not,
that. That's why I kind of I'm okay with let's going offensive tackle first because I know if we can't get one of those deals to work, we should be okay. Like it is. I mean, I just think we need somebody to keep whoever's back there upright.
No, I get what you're saying, Tony. So here's my thing, okay? So we're talking Spencer Rattler. I think Spencer Rattler was a kid that came out of high school that was really hyped up. He had a lot of hype coming out of high school. Then he came to college and he struggled. He's traveled from program to program. I don't know whether it's a thing of him being a good teammate, bad teammate, a good player. I don't know. I can't say that. Now, what I can say is this. I've seen him when he's been really good, and he makes some throws that make you say, wow. But at the same time, on those throws that he makes you say, wow, he also makes you say, why did you throw that? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, he's a
Yeah.
double-edged sword. He's an athletic kid that can extend the play with his feet. He could definitely run. But the thing is this. for me, if you take him in the second or third round,
Second's way too high. Third is too high too, in my opinion. He's got to be
Oh,
a fourth rounder later.
you're
so
getting
Like if
him
you're
late,
taking,
late.
yeah,
if you're gonna go, if you're looking at it, if you're Tom and you're AP and you're looking at it, and you're like, well, we could get Spencer in the second. Just go ahead and take Penix at 13 if he's there, because you're wasting a fucking draft pick at second. There's still a lot of you could go Penix and then you could go a tackle in the second round, even move up a little bit and get a tackle that you like better than the other, because there are a shit ton of tackles in this draft, right? You're not going to maybe get a top three guy at that position, but you're going to get a top five guy most likely. So if you're thinking Spencer Rattler in the second or third, fucking just take Penix if he's available, because Penix is way better in my opinion.
100%.
I'm agree with you. I'm going to tell you right now, I agree with you. Now, here's my thing. Again, it depends on how the run on quarterbacks goes on the top of the draft. If you see the run on quarterbacks happen on 13, and Penix hits you at 13,
You got to take him. If you want a quarterback that bad and you're still at 13 and Penix falls there and he's the last top guy left, you got to take him,
let me ask you
right?
this though: what happens if he struggles? What happened? You wasted another number one draft pick on a QB, and they're
Yeah,
going to
but you
say,
could
"Hey,
say that about a top tackle. You could say that about a DB. You could say that about any of these guys, right?
but
The
hold
draft
on,
is a gamble. You're
no, no,
fucking rolling the dice.
no, absolutely." But you're also looking at it and saying, "This guy was supposed to be picked up in the second round." Now, if the guy's a first rounder and his
Yeah,
qualifications,
but you can't look at it like that, because you got to look at how the board's falling, man. And if there's a run on quarterbacks and Penix is the last one left, and you all you got is fourth and fifth round options after that, and you want a quarterback,
Take him.
you can't risk not taking him.
Because you also look at it like there's a run of quarterbacks, but then there's also those years like Aaron Rodgers and Will Levis who fall like crazy stupid, and then you're like, damn, I moved too soon.
Well,
Like you said, it's a
Levis
gamble.
fell. Levis fell for reasons. Rogers was. It's still mind boggling to me today why
well,
he
But it
fucking fell.
happens. It
yeah,
It
happens.
does, but I just don't see it this year. I think there's just too many needy teams.
and again, we don't know because again, like, look, I heard I heard he had interviews with New York. I heard Michael
Yeah.
Penix. I'd be
So I
like,
saw
so,
something today that New York moved up to 3 with New England and took Drake May on a mock draft. And then JJ went at 4, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. went at 5 to the Chargers.
yep. So
I don't
and
want
then,
to
Just
see him twice a year.
oh,
no.
no,
No.
ain't nobody want to see Marvin Harris.
No, not
No,
twice a year. Maybe one every 4.
yeah, I want him to go
I don't
somewhere
know,
else.
it's wild, man. I mean, if it's crazy to me to think too that excuse me, that New England's good with Jacoby Brissett as their starter.
I
Yeah,
don't think. I think they just say that. That's all smoke and
I
mirrors.
think they're yeah, I think so too. Which which makes it even more interesting, right? So then say New England stays at 3, right? They take a quarterback. Now you got Arizona. What are they going to do it for? Are they going to go Harrison Jr.? Or are they going to go, hey, we'll take some draft capital, Minnesota, give me what you got, and then say New York wants a quarterback, man. I mean, you still got Denver.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so let's look at that, guys. We're gonna obviously we've been chopping it up about what we would do, things that we can see happening in the draft. You know, Val, I do got one question for you.
Yeah.
You doing all right today?
Yeah.
Yo, so
And
if we don't get a quarterback, all right, in the first round, okay. If you said, hey, what is a guy that you think we need to get that is not a quarterback? I know that you've been doing your research, so that's why I'm asking. What guy do you think? Hey, this would be a pretty solid pick if we don't get a quarterback.
are you
Hit me with
talking to Val?
Yeah. She's thinking about
I don't know.
it. All right.
Hey,
Hey.
I'll tell you which tackle would be fucking nice to fill in. You got either Joe Alt at Notre Dame
Oof.
or old boy from Oregon State. That is a big dude.
And he
Now I
plays
think,
guard. And he plays guard and
yeah,
tackle.
you could now
Which
Tennessee and Atlanta are two teams to watch for tackles. So at 13, you could potentially still be getting the third best tackle,
Yeah.
what
Right.
guy?
That's
the Oregon State guy or Joe Alt out of Notre Dame, right?
Funiamo. Yeah.
Because Tennessee and Atlanta both got to protect their quarterbacks this year.
Yep. So that's why, or we can pick up the kid from Penn State.
Yeah,
That's the one
no,
I want.
I'm saying that's
What's his name?
I can
Uh,
never pronounce it. It's really hard.
I can't.
I just
Yeah,
say that guy from Penn State.
like Iwakuni or Ibakui or I can't even pronounce it.
See?
But he's 6'6", 300 and something pounds. I mean, the kid's a mammoth. He's a junior. Can play left tackle or right tackle. I
We need
mean, like,
right.
he plays and that's the thing. That's where we got to look is on that right
well.
side.
I've seen them talk about moving Colton to the right and putting the new guy at left.
You can. I mean, like, and Colton Miller can do that. So I mean, like, it could be an interesting thing. Now, guys, let's move on. Let's get on to the mock draft simulator. So that way you guys can plan out your plans. I'm going to start with Tony B, deal with it. Then I'll do All-In's draft, and then I'll do Val's draft. And then we'll wrap it up, after that, and see what's going on. Hold on here. Let's see. Screen share.
Ellen, I think we have the same glasses on.
Why you stealing my style, homie?
Just want to be like you.
Hey, everybody does.
It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, I clicked on something. I think this thing only lets me do the top 3 rounds. So hold on. What the heck is happening?
Shit, three rounds ain't too bad.
Okay.
That could be another 30 minutes of time.
Jeez. It'll be a lot longer than that.
Hold on here. Let's see here. And we are the Raiders. No, we're not drafting all. We are just. Hold on, guys. I got to get this thing fixed. I haven't run this one yet. Oh, my bad. Looks like I did all of it. But yeah, I'm like, yeah. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start the draft here. Hey, Tony, do we want to make a move to. Oh, wait, it says here. Oh, I can't. You can't unlock trades, Tony, unfortunately, on this one for some reason.
You can't what?
I can't do trades. It won't allow me. So you can't do a trade. It says here.
So I'm just at 13.
Yep, you're at 13. You ready?
Sure.
Let's see here. At 13. All right.
Hey, how'd the top half play out in this mock?
Okay.
Yeah, call the top 12 real quick.
First pick of the draft, Caleb Williams. Number
Stupid.
2, Drake May. Number 3, Jaden Daniels. Number 4, Rome Odunze. Number 5, Malik Neighbors. Number 6, J.J. McCarthy. Number 7, Dallas Turner. Number 8, Marvin Harrison Jr. Number 9, Jared Verse. Number 10, Joe Alt. Number 11, Fuaga, and then Latham. So at quarterback, you have Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Spencer Rattler, et cetera, et cetera.
Give me the offensive tackles.
Offensive tackles? Well, here, I'll go by top players. Right now, you have the tight end Bowers out of Georgia. The defensive tackle from Illinois, Newton. You have a corner, Cooper DeJean. You have Quentin Mitchell. You have Latu from UCLA. You have Byron Murphy. And the number one left tackle on the board is Troy Fatunu out of Washington. Then you have Terrion Arnold. And you have Alumni Fash. That's the guy from Penn State. You see, this is the name I can't pronounce.
I like that guy from Penn State. That's who I would take.
That's who you take?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's draft him. All right. Why did it not let me draft the rest? Oh, man. This thing sucks. All right, guys, hold on here. What is going on? All right, hold on. I'm going to use another draft simulator, guys. We'll just get this over here. There it is. My bad. Let's see here. Bam. All right, hey, this one's going to let you trade, Tony. Oh, shoot.
Oh, it's rolling.
Pause. Let's be pause. Yo, Tony, so this one we'll do with no trades. The next time we'll do with the trade. Okay, so at 13, guys. Tony.
Yep.
You got Bowers, Latu. You got Tasi Fuaga, the tackle from Oregon. You got Toledo. You got Fatunu.
Oregon or Oregon State?
Yeah, or Oregon State. The guy from Oregon State.
I wouldn't be opposed to taking him, actually. I do like him a lot. I've seen him quite a bit play. He's a very good player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, come on. So, why won't it let me draft him? Oh, you got a trade offer. That's why. It's like you want to move back to 20, get another second rounder and a fourth round pick from Pittsburgh.
So I would trade back to 20?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Accept. All right. Accept. All right. You traded back to 20, and they took
that UCLA edge rusher.
Yeah. All right. Hey, the Browns want to give you the 54th pick, 85th pick, next year's second, next year's third, next year's fourth, for your 20th pick and your 7th round pick this year.
Next year.
Or next year.
No, I'll just stay there.
Okay. Now let's see here. Philly wants to give you the 22nd and the second rounder.
Next year's second rounder.
Yeah, next year's second rounder.
For 22?
Yeah, so then you'll drop
Yes.
down. Accept. All right.
And no more after that.
All right. No more. Reject. Okay. So, hold on here. Man, this thing is not letting me scroll. All right. So, I got John Newton. What position are you looking for?
For QB, look at QB.
Got Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Spencer Rattler, Michael Pratt.
At 22, I take Penix.
Drafted.
And that's what they should do.
All right. Hold on. All right. Now you're going to get into the second round. You got more picks, Tony, coming.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, now you're at 44, Tony. They're going to give you 48 and 96 this year.
No trade.
Okay. What are you looking at? What position?
Offensive tackle.
We got the kid out of Houston, Patrick Paul. You got Roger Rosengarten. And you got Kieran, I can't even pronounce that, out of Yale. Then you got the number 105 guy, Blake Fisher.
That last one you said.
From Notre Dame?
Yeah.
All right. Now you got pick 51 that you picked up. What do you want to trade this out? I got
I'll
pick
keep
50.
it.
Keep it. Okay. Now what position do you want to address?
Corner.
Okay. Max Melton out of Rutgers, Kalen Carson out of Wake Forest, Chris Abrams out of
The first one you said. I like that, dude.
Max Melton. All right. And it's going. Now we're in the third round. Yo, Tony, you've already been able to address 3 positions of need.
That's what I do.
All right. Yeah. So 95 and the third pick or third round pick of 2025 from
Kansas City.
Yeah, they don't get shit from me.
Okay, so how about the Colts?
I like the Colts. We can do that.
Okay. Now you're at pick 82. Miami wants to offer you next year's third, next year's fourth, pick 158. Baltimore wants to give you pick 93 and next year's third, and that's it.
I'm going to keep it.
Okay. Where are we going to go?
Best available player. Because now I've lost track of everybody that's out there.
Okay. So we got Marshawn Neeland, an edge rusher, and a guard, Christian Mahomes out of Boston College.
Guard.
Guard. All right. Let's see here. Keep going. Yo. So in the first 4 picks for your draft, bro, you got Michael Penix, quarterback. You picked up Blake Fisher, tackle, Max Melton, corner out of Rutgers, and an offensive guard, Christian Mahogany, in the 4th round. So
Pretty amazing.
Yo, you filled up all the things of need, Tony. I think, that's a win-win for the Raiders.
Win-win. Let's go.
All right, all in. You ready?
Yo.
All right, so all in. We're going to go fast. I'm going to enter. I'm going to pause. Do you want to try to make this trade, all in?
We'll be right
to
back.
number 1.
No, I don't think there's enough there to get to 1. I think at 3,
Yo,
can you pause it after the first 2 picks?
oh shoot! No,
Nope.
it literally
That's
blew through him.
that's all right. That's all right. So who went where?
Let's see here.
JJ McCarthy went to Michigan. Drake May at 5.
I don't know why this thing ain't letting me scroll up.
Can you scroll up?
No, it's being odd. Hold on here. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my mouse real quick. Hold on. See if this works. Because this is not letting me scroll by itself. So excuse me, guys. Let's see here. There we go. So
Well,
Caleb
look at
Williams.
that. 4 QBs in the top 5.
Yep.
All
So
right, let's let it play out. Let's see what happens.
all
Go
right.
to go to 13.
Okay, at 13, the Rams want to trade back 19, give you 52. The Saints want to give you 14 and 45, and you trade 13 and 77.
Who's available? Can we go back to that trade in just a second?
Who's available right now? Best
Bet.
available is Dallas Turner, Tialasi Fuaga out of Oregon, Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida, Quinion Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo, and Troy Futuano, tackle out of Washington.
Man, that edge rusher, that's hard to pass up. That dude's gonna be a stud.
Like
But
you can draft them.
nah, man, we can't. I don't think we can waste a pick on a D line. I mean, I think we got some good depth there, right now to spend a first round pick.
So what do you do, my brother?
So what'd you say? You can go back to 14 and pick up what?
So the trade offer is move back to 19 and pick up 52. Okay, and then you give up 13. Now you can give up 13 and 77 and get 14 and 45.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, accept. Okay, now you got trade offers from Dallas. They're going to offer you number 24, number 56, and next year's second, and you have to give up 14 and 112.
And I still got my back to back picks in a second.
I don't know.
Yeah, from trading, I still got 44 and 45. What's that Green Bay offer, real quick?
Green Bay gives you 25 and 41.
I'll do that one.
Oh, man. All right. So we're moving back. Holy cow. All right. Now you're at 25, right?
Nah, fuck them.
Okay. Reject. All right. Reject
And
these guys.
really, fuck them.
All right. So you want to see what best player available is?
Yeah, I can't really see the. Oh, there we
Memorius
go.
Mims, Byron Murphy, Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Tyler Guyton, Keon Coleman, Bo
Man,
Nix. Go ahead.
is Penix gone already?
Nope, he's still available.
Man, go Penix.
Oh, okay. This one only lets you do the first round.
Oh, I got fucked because I had some good picks. I had
No,
41,
no, no.
44, and
Hold on.
45.
We gotta go again. Hold on. We'll go again because
He
this
said,
thing
"I
was.
Damn,
got
hey,
fucked."
we was about to load up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. So we're gonna go 4 rounds again. Hold on, and this one will be slower. So you said at 3 you would make that trade, right? You
Oh
try to make
yeah, right there. I'd pause it. Let's fucking because Jaden's on the board.
so trade with Patriots.
Yep.
What are you going to give up to get 3?
So you're gonna have to swap this year, right? You're gonna have to give up next year's first and probably both seconds.
Okay.
And throw in next year's third and see what happens since they don't have another first on there.
Okay. Trade has been accepted.
Oh, give us Jaden.
Okay. Resume draft.
If it was only this easy.
Right.
All right. So we got Jaden there. Oh, man. All right. And let's
Excuse me.
keep going.
I just don't see Washington passing on Jaden in a Cliff dipshit offense.
I don't either. So this is interesting, though. Hold on. Like, we're going to keep going through this, because now you have to fill other holes, right? We still have
Right.
other holes. So now you gave up your first, your second.
Look at that. Bo Nix to New England late in the draft.
Man. All right. So now we're going to be in the 3rd round, right?
Yep.
Look at this. Michael Penix is still on the board at the moment. He's dropping like a fly.
That's how you know this is bullshit.
I mean, like he's all the way into the 3rd almost. Still on the board.
Question real quick before we get to the next one. Who's down to do a show during the draft?
Right here. You got me already.
We got to do a live recap as it's going, as the picks are going. We can like on the fly ideas.
Yo, got you.
Maybe, man. I'll be. We have a draft party, so I don't know.
I'll be at our draft party as well. I think
I don't
all of
know
us
how
will be
good
at one.
how good my reception will be in there.
Yo, okay. So you're at 77. Cleveland offered you 85 and the 4th.
No, I'm good. Fourth. Next year's fourth.
Next year 4th.
I'm good. We're gonna stay.
Broncos offer you 145, 147.
They can eat a dick.
All right, reject. All right, who do you got? Where do you want to
Oh,
go?
let's
Michael
see what.
Penix still on the board.
Oh shit! Give me Penix. No, I'm just kidding. What about? Let's see. O line.
Tackle, best on the board is Rosengarten. I can't even pronounce it. The guy that Tony drafted, Glaze out of Maryland, Gonzalez out of Pittsburgh, Foster.
What
And
about guard?
guard, we're going to look at right now. Guard is going to be Dominic Pooney out of Kansas, Coleman out of TCU, McCormick out of South Dakota State, Layden out of Texas A&M.
A&M.
Yep.
Go back to tackle. Yeah, man. Go. With old Roger. He's the best available.
Okay. Got him. Let's see what's going on now. And I think you only got one more pick, right? Because you traded this year's first and second, and then you got the 4th round.
Oh, did you do 4?
Yeah. So now you got your 4th rounder.
Oh man, Jalen Ford. That's where I was going next. Goddamn 49ers. And faggots. Damn.
Fucking Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, we're gonna see. I'm gonna change it back to the all. All right. Miami offers you 121 and 158 for your 112 and 229.
What's available? Let's look at that right quick.
Best available is McKinley, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. McKinley Jackson, Caleb Bullock, safety out of USC. Bucky Irving, running back out of Oregon. Tyrone Hopper, linebacker out of Missouri. Michael Pratt, quarterback out of Tulane. Melky Wingo, defensive tackle LSU. And Jalix Hunt, edge Houston Christian. Never heard
What's
of him. Go ahead.
what's available in the old linebacker room?
Tyrone Hopper, Missouri. Tyrese Knight, UTEP. Aaron Casey, Indiana.
And
Curtis
what about
Jacob,
the corner room?
Kyrie Jackson, Oregon. Cam Hart, Notre Dame. Jerrion Jones, Florida State. Charles Smith, Wade, Washington State. Johnny Dixon, Penn
And go
State.
with the old Notre Dame kid.
All right, Cam Hart. All right, so let's see. See, with your draft, what it's looking like is we got our guy,
Yeah.
and we're able to fill. And I mean, like, let's see here. I don't know. Oh,
You know what too? I know a lot of people are hollering DB, right? Like, and we've all said DB, right? We need a DB. I think oh shit, what I just do? I think a lot of people are forgetting about Bennett, man. I think Bennett could have a breakout season
that's what they're saying, that he's going to
because
come back from his
Bennett
injuries.
was on track. Bennett was having a good rookie year till he got injured. Now can he stay healthy? So if Bennett comes back, he stays healthy and he's productive, right? And he's on that same projection that he was on.
There's going to
Then
be a
sign
beat.
a guy like Stephon Gilmore, or make a trade for one of these guys like the dude out in Cleveland. I forget his name, number 0.
Use him.
You feel your DB hole there, right? So now you got a vet. You still got Bennett. You still got Jack Jones, Nate Hobbs. I know
Oh,
I'm forgetting somebody. We still got Faison, however you
Faison,
pronounce his
Brandon
name.
Mhm.
Faison. Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take a lot to fill that DB hole, to be honest with you. And I still think we're going to see a second wave of free agents too, man. I still think we'll get some depth on the line, on both lines.
yeah, no, I agree, and I think this draft is going to be interesting. I think
Yeah.
like there's going to be a lot of things at play that we don't see, and a lot of people are going to question a lot of the things. But at the start of the season is when we'll see if everything comes together. Now,
Yep.
Why is
God,
everybody about Dak?
what's that?
Because fucking clickbait fucking posted that dumbass trade that somebody created.
Oh, oh,
That's retarded. Don't I wouldn't even fucking give that a fucking time of
anything
day.
related to Mitchell Rents right now is like clickbait. Okay.
No, he's the person I've seen say something about it. That's why
Oh,
Matt went on like that.
First
And
of all, I'm not giving up one first round pick, let alone multiple fucking first and multiple picks in general and AOC to get Dak for 2 seasons. Get the fuck out of here.
no, it's not even worth it. But
I
yeah,
Now if you told me that the Chargers were calling and they wanted all that for Justin Herbert, fuck, we might have to think about that deal,
no doubt.
right?
Yo,
Because he
Tony, what's up?
We can't get Dak Prescott because my suck my Dak shirt that I'm gonna make it won't. He can't be on our team if that shirt's gonna be funny.
that is true. You better
Hey,
hurry up and make it.
you better get you a
No,
little ass boy jersey.
right?
Right? Oh,
Hey,
dude, I'm
and
telling you, I'm gonna get. I want one. I want to put that on the back. That's
so I don't know. I
that's
don't
just
know if
funny
y'all
though.
know. I don't know if y'all know B-Row out in Tennessee. He made a shirt with the men's shoe with the bandana,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, I
says
seen that. I seen that.
it says little ass boy on it.
I
Yo,
want to
that's
do like a
funny.
custom jersey,
Hey,
but
no, I really, man, that Dak stuff. I don't see Jerry giving up Dak this year, right? And B, that's just fucking stupid. You may as well go back and get fucking Derek Carr. They're the same goddamn quarterback. They
Yeah.
ain't done shit in the playoffs.
Hey, it's
right.
true. It's true. But yo, Hey guys, let's move on to the next phase and the last part of our show where we're gonna wrap it up. I got 2 questions for Val and Tony. Okay, guys, what's your guys' thoughts on the new kickoff rule for the NFL? Okay, it's gonna look like the XFL, where they line up 10 yards apart. There's a safety kick and a safety return area. They're trying to bring the kickoff game back to this. What is your guys' thoughts on that rule? I'm gonna start with Val, and then we'll finish off with Tony.
Sorry, Tony.
No, you're good.
Tony. No, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
No.
She gave you the floor, so go ahead.
I don't like so much change. Like, just keep the game the way that we liked it this whole time. Like, but I don't dislike the rules though. Like, I like the fact I like if they're gonna change it, this is the right way to do it, I guess. But man, it's just changing everything. Just keep it the same.
No, I got
If they
you.
want to run it out, they run it out. If they don't want to run it out, they don't run it out. That's how it's always been. Like, kick the ball, they return it or they don't.
Yeah, but it's not. It's you got to look at the percentages from when they first changed the kickoff rule to what it is now, and that's what they're after. Is not whether you want to run it out or not. It's trying to bring down the percentage of touchbacks, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole goal here.
Well, they should have never
So
changed that bitch in the first place.
yeah, all in the name of safety.
Now let
Yeah,
me
like
ask.
they were forced to play.
Right? Hey, now let me ask you this, Tony. What do you think about the hit drop tackle rule now, where you
That one,
can't?
that one, if I could see sometimes them actually like trying to get the tackle and fall into it, but I've seen it done on purpose, and there's lots of injuries. There really is. I mean, it can be a dirty tackle. It really can. If you do it like, I mean, look at like what was it, Mark Andrews, boom, out. I
Yeah,
mean,
but okay. So real quick, define dirty though, because dirty is like an intentional deal. You're not intent. I mean, that tackle's not intentionally trying to hurt somebody. It's like a last resort type tackle, right? Or you think they're
but
actually
sometimes it
intentionally
looks like it could be on
being
purpose. Like they
dirty?
could have just got a normal tackle. But
I can
I mean,
see that.
I mean, any of the, I guess it would be any of the tackles that would be considered dirty would be bad anyway. So, but like, I mean, I'm not totally opposed to it, but I could see that a little more than the kickoff change.
I could see that. So, guys, just so you guys also know, our brother Justin Smith from TBH Australia listens to our show, and he
Oh,
said
what's
this.
good?
Okay, he this is what he dropped with. Okay, he goes, "Hey, you know what, guys? I think we're looking at it and trying to make that into a bigger deal than it's really it really is." He said that in his opinion, okay, when he saw that rule be applied in Australia with rugby, that they saw a lot of the injuries go down and tackling was still tackling. He said, look, he's like, it's an open space and reduced space that it still had the same effects. So that's why we got to look at that and say, hey, whoa, Tony B.
Hey, hold on a sec. I'm
Don't
gonna have
worry.
to call you back. The cops are outside.
Right, well, Tony, do what you got to do, brother.
All right, I'll be back. It ain't for me. Don't worry. I'm good.
But guys, like we said, hey, we were saying the tackles and stuff that we are seeing. He said, hey, you'll still see the same amount of tackling. He's like, and honestly, he's like, it does reduce the amount of injuries. So I'm like, I'm interested to see because I'm very, I told him, hey, you know what? It's just going to be really hard to referee. Now, Val, we're going to end the show
That's the
with your.
key right there, Will.
Yep,
It comes down to how it's going to be called, right?
yep. And if
And
they're able to call it.
and did they announce the penalty for that yet? Is it a 15-yard penalty? Is it a 5-yard penalty? Because if it's a 5-yard penalty, we'll take that all fucking day long.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be like 15.
It's got to be a 15, right?
Yeah. So Val, we're gonna finish with your thoughts, lady, on the kickoff rule and on the tackling rule. So hit us with your thoughts.
So when I originally read about the change for kickoff, I didn't really understand because I was like W2F and whatever. But then Alan over here posted a video He was like, "Yo, this is what it'll look like." So then I was like, "Oh, okay," because I'm like a visual person. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm reading something, like I'm not gonna understand it unless I like literally see it. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm not opposed to it. I guess just see what happens. I
Okay.
mean, Alan made some points. I guess he's right about some things, but
Ah, fucking typical fucking females.
hey, I'm right. You're right about some things.
Hey, at
Shit.
least you get told you're right every once in a while, bro. Take it,
Yeah.
take it, take it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Hey, I'll just forget her plate at the next cookout, all that shit talking.
oh man, look at the face.
You know what? You're lucky that wifey is scary. Otherwise, I would tell you I would TP your house. But I know if I touch the house, I'm dead meat.
Oh yeah, yeah, you ain't gotta fuck with me on that deal.
Well, hey,
What do you think about the tackle rules?
the
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I guess I'm not. I'm not. Um.
So basically, Val, what they're trying to eliminate is when a defensive player wraps up the guy from behind and basically uses his weight to pull him down. And got a lot of times the offensive player's legs and ankles will get rolled up on and turns into a serious injury. Right, Will? Is that pretty
Yep,
much where we're at?
that's pretty much where they're at. The thing is, like, it's supposed to be for injury prevention, but it's
Yeah.
very difficult because, I mean, like, again, it's going to be very difficult, like we said, for the referees to be able to call it and say, "Hey, you know what? That was an illegal play." There's going to be such a variable on the standard, like that it's going to be too difficult, and
It's
that.
almost like the catch completion years ago, right?
Mhm.
Like
What was a
maintaining
catch
possession.
through the
Yeah.
catch? That
Yeah.
that became too difficult. So that's where
Now it's what was a hip drop tackle? Was it or wasn't it? Did
exactly.
it cost your team the game or did it not?
And to have a rule like that you're like putting into the game that can affect the team's ability to win,
Right.
it's
And
too
the
difficult.
perfect, I think who Gunny the other night brought it up, or Matt, one of them. I mean, the perfect example is that Titans Rams Super Bowl, right? Where
Yep.
the hip drop tackle saved the Super Bowl and won it for the Rams. But however, in today's game, that's a 15-yard penalty or whatever it is, half the distance
Automatic
to the
first and
goal.
goal.
You get one player at one time to punch it in. I'll take my chances there, man.
Yeah, I mean, like it's over.
Yeah,
So that's why I think that rule is very difficult. And I mean, like at the end of the day, you know what? It's not my league. It's not my money. But man, like they're just changing too much, and I think they're making it a little bit more difficult than it is. But hey, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Yo, guys, we are at the end of the show, and it's all about one team, one nation. It's all about the
right.